Hello, students. As you know, we are taking a major grade comprehension test today. This is for students that are attending on Monday and Tuesday. That's periods 1 through 7. So I'm just using period 1 as an example. Please do not worry about this first major test. We read the story together last week. We have done several strategies to study for these vocabulary words. And of course, you're using your context clues to determine the meaning of these words in the test. So you want to start by clicking on Classwork. Again, this is if you were absent or needed a little bit more time. You would begin by scrolling down to the week we are in. And this is visible to my students from period 1 because they already took the test today. So you want to start by clicking what is for the test, which is the read aloud. Now on this YouTube channel, I do provide the read aloud. You can choose to just read the story to yourself. I just recommend doing it out loud. So after listening to this, I also embedded some test taking tips in there. You want to click over to major grade. This file will be the actual passage, and you can use the story while you are taking the test. And then the test is right here. You go ahead and answer it. Now, when you are done, I've created a to-do list, and that is just something I want you to get used to, whether we were in person or here on Zoom. I typically have a to-do list that provides differentiation and extension for you, which means basically there's activities. So let me look at that to-do list. In class, I will announce that after the test, you just sit there respectfully and quietly work on these things. Now, I definitely recommend doing them in order. But if you're just having that type of day where you need to jump to this part, I understand. So first it says, click, do you like to write? So I go and look for that under August 17th to the 21st. And I find the one that says, do you like to write? This is not for a grade, but it's a great way to get to know you, to see your reading skills. There really is no wrong answer. Then you come back to this to-do list. It says click Bud T-chart. Now that was due last week, and it's part of a larger major grade project. So you do want to make sure you're working on that, as I've extended it for a week. It looks like this. And something I just want to point out is we've discussed the essential question, challenges and triumphs that children go through. We did slide 2 together. So it is your independent work on slide 3, chapter 2, where you list things such as Todd, who has now presented himself as a bully, or Bud living in the shed. You can use that as both a challenge and a triumph, because they could have left him out without a roof over his head, literally, or the issue with that. And all you're doing is turning these sentences into a paragraph. This is where your reading comprehension and then your writing skills come into play. We will continue this with chapter 3, chapter 4, adding slides. And you are just showing me that you understand skills that you need for reading. Now, coming back to the to-do list, I gave you the option of reading about the adventures of Epic Potato. That is a fun graphic novel on the Epic website. Now, I did have some students reach out and say that they were not able to access Epic. Please remember that you need to review these 6-week resources. I've actually put the Zoom link to your class here that you can just click on instead of typing the code. Under how to email your teacher, maybe you've been meaning to ask me something. Please don't hesitate to email me. This shows you how to email me and check your email. This shows you how to get on Epic, which is an online library, a free one. You have to use these exact directions and use this code. Please reach out if you need help with that. So back to the to-do list, that's a great option to read on there. It says click on week 2 reading material. So I linked the Epic passage right there, week 2 reading material. Click on this. And then there's some practice. If you're struggling with triumphs and challenges, or you're loving it and would just like more opportunities to show me what you can do, go for it. We will do that in class together later on as well. When you get to number 3, you do have choices. And I want to stress that you are in 6th grade, your independence is coming along. So you can skip around. You can go straight to B. You can have your own book that you're reading by choice for those 20 minutes. I just want that stamina getting built. You can work on the Dear Me letter, which I have not introduced, and I will, but it is pretty self-explanatory. And then there is this quizzes code, which you go to joinmyquiz.com and type in this code. And this is what we did in class. You took the test, you had about an hour to work on it, and then you just took yourself to this to-do list. Now, the next day that we meet later this week, your page will reveal this retest, and that is only if you score below a 70. You will have exactly 1 week to do it, and then it will close, and I will take an average of that with your previous score for your final grade that will show up on Gradebook soon enough. I think you're doing a wonderful job. I love how today went with our Monday group, and I look forward to the rest of the week.